they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez.
Robert, Floyd Mayweather just visited Crawford in camp. Is he going to help him how to beat Canelo, any of that? Why not? He beat Canelo.
Bud usually don't smoke guys right off the rip anyway. He don't never do that. He lulls them in, he fills them out, and then he beats them to death.
Are you ready for this? Canelo is shocked to hear that Floyd Mayweather has arrived to train Terence Crawford. A lot of people in the boxing world know that Floyd went to see Crawford's camp, and a lot of them think it has something to do with Boots joining Canelo's camp. Fans and experts say that Mayweather's appearance could tip the scales in favor of Crawford and give her an edge in preparation. A shocking turn of events has everyone talking, and they all want to know how it will affect the big fight.
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron Boots Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay, now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But, you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now, Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
One of Pound for Pound's tweets showed Floyd and Terence having fun. Floyd Mayweather went to see Terence Crawford at his training camp. This made a lot of noise in the boxing world right away. Many see this as a big turning point because Floyd's experience could teach Crawford something useful about his fight. With Canelo, there are also questions about his motivations and covert tactics because of the time of his stay. This one event is the most talked about thing in boxing right now. Robert Garcia talks about the problem in a cool and logical way, pointing out that Crawford has already shown what he can do through years of practice and strict discipline. He says that fans may be excited when Floyd Mayweather shows up at camp, but Crawford's dedication is what will really decide the winner. Crawford, an athlete, had worked on his skills and made plans for a long time before Floyd decided to step in. Garcia makes it clear that one piece of advice can't change the outcome of a game this big. It has been clear throughout Crawford's career that what matters most is how he trains and thinks. Garcia's view also shows that he believes Crawford can get through tough situations without needing other people's approval.
Robert, Floyd Mayweather just visited Crawford in camp. Is he going to help him how to beat Canelo, any of that? Why not? He beat Canelo. Pita, what do you think about this? Mayweather visiting Crawford in camp. Does that help Crawford at all? No, motivation. Mayweather's very charismatic. No, it doesn't make it. Maybe they saw Boots sparring Canelo and they had to respond to that. You don't think so? But that's a big advantage for Canelo to have Boots spar him. Boots is just like Crawford.
Boots is very good and very
I think Boots. You don't think Boots is like Crawford? Okay, so does that help Canelo, like having good sparring?
Yeah, that's really good.
Boots is 34-0 with 30 knockdowns. Huh?
What if Boots win in
That's what people are saying on the internet.
In the last few years, fans and critics have been comparing Crawford to Mayweather more and more because they are both very skilled, patient, and calm in the ring. Floyd is better at giving practical advice than most people because of the fight he had with Canelo many years ago. But this wisdom might only add to what Crawford already knows. Floyd knows directly about Canelo's timing and ring style. But Crawford doesn't just rely on this information. Being seen as Mayweather's future comes with demands, and Crawford seems ready to handle them. People are getting more and more excited as they wait to see if Floyd's ideas can change the outcome. But the truth is that Crawford's base is already strong.
After Terence Crawford's dominant victory in the mega fight of this era, which is Errol Spence vs. Terence Crawford, everybody started talking and asking, is Terence Crawford one of the greatest ever? Could he end up retiring undefeated, passing Floyd's record, and being one of the greatest fighters ever? And that performance definitely put him on the right foot toward that direction. But I wanted to look at Floyd Mayweather, who is possibly the greatest fighter ever and was the greatest fighter hands down of the era right before him. I want to compare Floyd versus Terence Bud Crawford. They both fought it at 147. This, in real life, if the eras aligned, could have been a matchup that could have realistically happened. And who would have won? Now, I don't like making these predictions until a fighter's career is fully over because we don't know which direction Crawford's career can go. Looks like it's going to just keep going up, but you never know. So I like waiting until fighters retired. But I want to compare the two fighters here. Look at sparring. Now, guys, I use sparring clips because I cannot use fights.
All Stanton talks about Crawford's amazing physical skills, which always amaze people who see them. At age 38, many fighters start to show clear signs of getting worse. Crawford is still quick and powerful, though. Stanton talks about how the winner still has the drive and enthusiasm of a younger athlete. When he spars, his quick reactions and controlled accuracy make him look much younger than he is. People who train with Crawford feel stronger and more confident because of the way he moves and hits. Stanton thinks that the most interesting thing about Crawford is not just that he is sick, but also that his move is always changing instead of staying the same. Stanton is sure that Canelo won't be able to match Crawford's level of energy because of these things.
And most recently just got back from Colorado Springs, Colorado, with training camp with Terence Crawford. And mainly that's why we're here. So if you can, what a lot of people are going to want to know is, how was the experience getting in the ring with Terence and, without giving away situations and game plans and stuff like that. What can you tell us from your experience in that camp?
He don't look like a 38-year-old in the ring. I can say that. Experience. I sparred him a few times. He's good experience, and he's just different, man. His heart different. I really think he's gonna pull this off.
So I would say, how long you been coming here?
2 years.
2 years. So I would say about a year and a half ago, he first sparred Lester Martinez, who's on the undercard of Crawford Canelo. And Bomac said to me, he said, regarding Al, he said, hey man, if Bud ever fights Canelo, because that's always for the past couple of years, I know it's been in talks, he said he would be perfect sparring for Canelo, but I fought him, so guys went out there, got that experience. But what does that experience do for you? Do you go in there, obviously
it turns me up.
You're in there with the best fighter, arguably the best fighter in the world right now.
Yeah.
And, does that elevate your game to take it to the next step?
Yep. Next level shit. You turn me up, man. Being with Bo and all them, they made me a better fighter. I up my game.
Is there any concerns, like you would say, with Bud, that going into this fight, that, some stuff you could say you would hope he stays away from, or?
Nope. He put on the size. It's pretty big. And he's been sparring heavier guys.
And you felt that you feel his power. The guy's a natural, started his career as lightweight, so you feel his power.
Well, obviously you've never been in there with anyone as good as him, because there might not be anyone as good as him. So what really I don't want to say surprised you, but what did you really take note of that, holy shit, this guy is, really good at this?
Crawford shows the kind of dedication that makes winners stand out in his group. It's important to him that he works out hard and pushes himself to the limit. As part of his training, he does cardio workouts to keep him strong for each round and sparring sessions that are like real fights. People can tell that he takes his method seriously by how carefully he plans it. People who do this sport know that skill alone isn't enough to move up to a higher weight class. It needs to be perfectly conditioned every day at camp, even the ones that are hot, helps reach the goal of success. It is important for his team to work together so that every weakness is fixed and every strength is sharpened. The fact that Crawford is this ready shows that he is still a threat, even against bigger and stronger opponents.
Back on your boxing day. There you go. That's all. There you go, Bernie. There you go, Bernie. Drop it with that, man. Kidney shot, Bernie. There you go. There you go.
He gonna take it.
There you go. Kidney shot, Bernie. Kidney shot, Bernie. Kidney shot, Bernie. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up, Bernie. He ready to fall, Bernie. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up. Eso, Bernie. You back. You back, Bernie. You back. Good body shot. Good body shot. Beautiful body shot. Beautiful body shot. Beautiful body shots, Bernie. Nice body shot. Turn him up. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up. If he dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies. Hey, Steven, you was over.
When it comes to Crawford's training, Bernie the boxer has strong feelings and notices that each session gets better. He stresses that Crawford is showing that he is the best at both keeping up and preparing. The hard work Bernie does at the gym is the direct cause of how much stronger he looks every day. Bernie does agree, though, that Canelo benefits from having a skilled fighter like Jiren Ennis by his side. This shows that both men are doing everything they can to get ready for the fight. But Bernie thinks Crawford stands out because he is always sharp and determined when fighting. Based on how he changed during camp, it looks like he is mentally ready to do his best on fight night.
It was good work. Crawford got off the plane, had the 8, and they fought. And he sparred Richard Hitchison first. So he went with Richard Hitchison and Brian Norman, all in the same session. Just got off the plane, didn't eat, and they had a good sparring session. That's it. He didn't get smoked. Bud usually don't smoke guys right off the rip anyway. He don't never do that. He lulls them in, he feels them out, and then he beats them to death. When we asked Brian Norman to come to training camp, because he had good work, they turned us down.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian Norman. I'm just telling the truth. That's it. So you might have a good session with Crawford. What great champion didn't have good sessions with? Some people had good sessions with the champion. That's not nothing out of the ordinary. I watched his documentary. He said this guy came out of nowhere. He gave Dempsey a bad time. He said, I can do that, but only for about a round. I go out around the town, bang up a couple guys, and me and Dempsey can go at it, build up a reputation, and then we'll go at it. So, like I say, Brian Norman, at least he didn't stay in the sparring session. He moved up here, world champion now, and he getting his just due. He worked hard, and he wasn't scared. He didn't back down. Like I say, he gave a good account of himself in every sparring session with the guys that he sparred with, Tank and most notably Crawford.
Does this build a different type of fuel? Just knowing that, hearing everybody saying that, hey, Canelo is really taking this training camp real seriously due to him bringing some of these sparring partners. And tell me, do you feel like that fuels the team Crawford?
When they signed it, that was the fuel.
It's reasonable to think that Crawford doesn't have much to lose in this fight. As Joel Diaz points out, he would be beating someone in a weight class above his own, so if he wins, it will be seen as a historic event. Das points out that if Crawford loses, he can easily go back to his old class and not hurt his reputation. Das doesn't see this contest as a big risk for his career. Instead, he sees it as a business choice. No matter what happens, Crawford will always be known as a pound-for-pound great. Seeing things this way makes the stress go away and makes you realize how much Canelo is expected to do. Diaz says that Canelo has to protect his image at super middleweight, but Crawford can go into this fight without any worries.
In boxing, Terence Crawford wins. But he wins money. Because now, hey, you know what, as my friend that you are, I make you an offer. Would you fight Canelo? I'll give you 40 million. I don't know if it's 40, I don't know if it's 50, 60, but he's not gonna make no less than $10 million. So right there, Crawford's winning, regardless. As a fighter, like, dude, you give me 20 million, I'll fight anybody. I'll fight Anthony Joshua right now. So Terence Crawford has to sell the fight. He has to say, I'll beat Canelo, left and right, whatever, right? But we've seen it we've seen it many, many times. When fighters move up 2 divisions to be the champion, they fail. I mean, I saw it with Mikey Garcia when he fought Earl Spence. I saw it when Demetrius Andre, a 147-pounder, was avoided for years. He moved to 54, he was avoided. He moved to 160, he fought maybe once or twice. Nobody wanted to fight him, so he moves to 68 and fights Benavidez. What happens? He looked good for the first 3 rounds because he's good. But once that heavy monster is coming at you, he'll destroy you. Terence Crawford, don't get me wrong, he's been my number 1 pound for pound for years. But he just moved up from 47 to 54. Now he's gonna go from 54 to 60 to 68. I mean, to fight the moneymaker. We call him the moneymaker because Canelo Alvarez is the fighter of the era. I mean, it's like going back years, a few years ago, Manny Pacquiao.
Gabriel Rosado gives a technical analysis that makes the case more fair. He tells his fans that Crawford did have a hard time against Madrimov when he moved up to 154 pounds, and that moving up to 168 pounds is even harder. Rosado stresses that Canelo's recent problems in the ring were not due to a total loss of skill, but rather bad technique in a certain fight. This point of view warns fans not to underestimate Canelo because he is still a tough opponent with a lot of power for his size. As Crawford moves up to divisions, he is going into uncharted ground, where size and strength are more important. Rosado's research shows what the real risks are and shows that the battle isn't clearly in favor of Crawford.
I just think that, I think the Skull fight was just a bad style. And I think Canelo was like, why force the issue? You know what I mean? I'm up, this guy's running, I'm not gonna take a chance. So I think that it was that kind of fight for Canelo. But Madrimov did give Crawford problems, you know what I'm saying? And where I felt like, damn, at 54, he gave you problems. 68 is different, you know what I'm saying? So you going up 3 weight classes, because he was 47, 54, 60, 68, that's 3 weight classes. It's a major difference, man. And one thing is like, right, so people are saying Canelo has problems with movers. But the reality is, Crawford's not a mover. Crawford's not a fighter that fights on his feet in the sense of boxing, kind of like, let's say, how a Pernell Whitaker would box or how Andy Lara would box.
Chris Algieri leans toward Canelo because of the way his body works. He said that Canelo is naturally bigger and knows how to fight at the super middleweight level. Canelo keeps his opponents from running away by cutting off the ring. This forces them to fight in tough situations. Algieri says that Canelo's size and constant pressure have broken many skilled fighters in the past. He agrees that Crawford is the best boxer ever, but he warns that Canelo's appearance may be too much for his mind to handle. This prediction says that Canelo will win because he is stronger than the other fighters. As the talk comes to a close, Algieri's point of view shows that some analysts favor Canelo over Crawford because of size and pressure, even though Crawford has a lot of fans.
There's a lot of confounding factors.
So you feel Canelo is going to win the fight?
I leaned Canelo, yeah.
Yeah.
I always have. I've always leaned Canelo. Just it's the good big man versus the good small man.
Recently, though, we've seen the good small man beat the good big man because of the speed.
Yes. Yeah. But Canelo's not slow. It's not like Canelo is actually a smaller man who's come up to fight a lot of bigger men. Because his hand speed, the guys can't deal with him. So his ability to cut off the ring, the fact that he imposes his will, he puts a lot of mental pressure on his opponents without even doing a whole lot. He doesn't throw a ton of punches. He throws less now than ever, but he's there. He's got this frame and his physique. And I've sparred Canelo. The guy's a tank. Like he's very physical in the ring without doing a whole lot, just because of his presence.
The video for today is now over.